You guys hear that music? Can you hear me? First of all, hi Peter. Can you hear me? Firstly, secondly, can you hear the music? Can't hear me? Illinois, what's up? Jojo the pizza, what up? Can you guys hear me? Yes, thumbs up, yes. Lex Charlie Cruz, what's up? Dan, what's up? Oregon Rogue, hi. Um, Sac, South Beach, keeper of the list. No, oh no, music. Huh, shut that up. Okay. Um, Jack's not in the studio yet. Jack, I messaged you on Facebook Messenger and I sent the email through Gmail. No music, keeper, no music, sing in Spanish. El ritmo de Requai es azúcar, azúcar para ti, azúcar para ti. Ooh, what the hell is 5x5? I know that's what Brian does, but why 5x5? Why? Love you long time, Scrubzilla. Wyoming Hermit. Okay. You, yes. Music, no. John Eagle, what's up? John Eagle, I was watching your one where the guy went to a city council meeting and they kicked him out because one of the dudes was having an affair with one of the women there and they didn't want to let you talk. And the guy snatched the phone out of your hand. And. Oh, what else we got here? Tony Sweet. Hand purple, blue piece, hand purple, blue piece, hand purple, blue piece, hand purple, blue piece. I guess that's how you spell out emojis. Wyoming Hermit, 210 Cop Watch essay. All right. So we're here. Oh, military numbers, how to say good radio reception is 5x5. Thank you, Lou. Loose. Kevin Linke is a beast, bro. He filed his lawsuit last week. He is a beast. That girl was pretty fine, too. JC News Now, what up? All right, while we're waiting for Jack, let's see if I can figure out how to do this right here. Now you guys see a screen, right? You guys hear the
So
video?
either they speak during citizen participation and they can sign up for all and speak during that item. The thing is, they're not supposed to be speaking multiple times. It's supposed to be one time, 5 minutes, that's your shot.
My question on that whole thing is, again, if somebody does raise their hand and, we do want to listen to what they have to say, I mean, is there anything from preventing us from?
Can you guys hear that video? Lou, there it is. All right. Go back down the bottom of the comments now. All right. Okay, good. All right, good. Muy bien, muy bien. Here we go.
Making a motion to hear it and seconding it and voting on it. I would think it was. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I would think it was. I would think it was not right to prevent people from speaking. I've been on both sides of this, and I got to tell you, it's not who to be able to have to sit there and not be able to say anything. I mean, I understand the meetings run long.
Well, there's more people know now. When I first started coming, there was nobody here.
That's right.
You didn't know the process, didn't know the procedures or nothing. Now that everybody comes, they know. Most of them know.
Mm-hmm. And we don't. I mean, realistically, we don't have a ton of that stuff. I mean, we have a few, but I mean, I think it's a wonderful thing actually that we allow that kind of stuff to happen.
So I guess this lady here in the middle is a new mayor for 7 months, and they had Jack's gonna explain this to you if he comes on the stream. Come on, Jack, where you at, bro? Let me text this guy. Where you at, fool? So I guess she's new here, and everything's cool as long as you don't say nothing bad about them. But I guess a few people are being critical about her, and she threw one guy out, and he was scared because there he is. All right, Jack, I'm gonna let the rest of this video play out. All right.
All right.
Anyway, hi, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
All right, let's let this video play, and we'll talk about it.
Thank you for having me on.
Thanks for coming, man. So here we go. I'm just gonna start from the beginning.
So either they speak during citizen participation and they can sign up for all and speak during that item. The thing is, they're not supposed to be speaking multiple times. It's supposed to be one time, 5 minutes, that's your shot.
My question on that whole thing is, again, if somebody does raise their hand and, we do want to listen to what they have to say, I mean, is there anything from preventing us from making a motion to hear it and seconding it and voting on it? I would think it was, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I would think it was, I would think it was not right to prevent people from speaking. I've been on both sides of this, and I got to tell you, it's not who to be able to have to sit there and not be able to say anything. I mean, I understand the meetings run long.
Well, there's more people know now. When I first started coming, there was nobody here.
That's right.
You didn't know the process, didn't know the procedure, nothing. Now that everybody comes, they know. Most of them know.
Mm-hmm. And we don't, I mean, realistically, we don't have a ton of that stuff. I mean, we have a few, but I mean, I think it's a wonderful thing, actually, that we allow that kind of stuff to happen. I mean, it means we got to stay here late. On my end, I think that. And no, not everybody shares that sentiment, but
No, I don't. I don't share that sentiment at all. After every meeting, everyone has our phone numbers. They have, I know they call me, email me. I know they do with you too. They come by the house and everything. They have ample opportunity to say whatever they need to say. After this meeting tonight, all of us, I'm pretty sure, are going to get somebody to call us and talk to us tomorrow. So the thing is, there's plenty of times for them to just say what they need to say, or whatever what it is. So citizen participation, or they sign up in all, and that's it. So I'm just saying, I know moving forward, I'm not going to be, if I want to be voting yes, because that's the thing is, it goes, I mean, the night we had the budget, but the other night, we didn't even have the budget. It was just because there was just so much, it goes on and on.
Well, the only reason I agree with it, I feel like the citizens have a right to say what they need to say. We're here for them and the city. That's why I've always done it.
hold on, we didn't pass.
I
this ordinance.
understand,
They
but
said it
she
was
said you can
2002.
speak on each item if they want to.
I think that if somebody wants to come and speak to us, they come and they sign up. They can get here on time. If not, they'll have to wait till the next meeting. We're available, like the mayor said. Our phone numbers are posted on the website, and they can call us. I know I've gotten calls also.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Molina, where can we find your number online? Because the one I have is a 661-3198, extension 332, and that'll go to a voicemail, which we can't get a hold of you. It doesn't go to your city phone.
Well, I thought it was on there, and I thank you for correcting me.
Well, I know, also they have the email address too. So
Do y'all even access those?
I don't access mine.
It comes in
I don't know how to
email.
get to
When
it.
they leave you a message,
Mhm.
it comes to you in an email.
Yeah.
I think it'd be best, though, for it to go to city phones, to be honest with you.
So everybody agree they want to go to the city phones. Just make sure, because I want somebody to say. Because I know Martin it does come through email, but okay. So guess there's nothing changing. We're gonna move on.
Brother,
Yeah,
you hear me all right?
I hear you just fine. Thank you.
You too, man. You looking good too.
Thank you.
I mean, clear. I don't mean like you're a good looking man. I mean, you know what I mean.
Technology.
All right, man.
Right.
So you live in Kirby, Texas. This is your city council, right?
Mhm. Yes.
It all started because go.
The mayor you saw in the middle there, the black woman, she was elected about 6, 7 months ago. I was actually on her side, felt she was the best candidate. She was elected and seemed like she was going to do a great job. And she did initially for about the first week. But then as she began doing things as mayor, obviously when you're an official, you're not going to please everybody. So for those people that weren't pleased with her, which didn't include me at the time, I was pleased with her. They began to criticize her openly at meetings, online, so on and so forth. And she's very much involved online, so she has her finger to the jugular on what's going on online. It matters a lot to her. So then she began to exhibit signs of, not liking that speech, rather than an official who just ignores that speech and lets people vent. She started exhibiting signs that I saw, red flags, in her reactions, her facial expressions, and whatnot. So I became a little concerned and I watched. Sure enough, my fears came to they came out. She first offended at a meeting that was held. It was a retreat. It was a public meeting for council members, like a workshop for them all to talk. And they're all talking and they're all having discussions. And it happened. The mayor had it held at Fort Sam Houston at the golf center, which is open to the public, but it's on military property. So the military police have jurisdiction there. And so during this meeting, everybody was allowed to talk. Public was invited. It was an open meeting. And one of her councilmen, who happens to also had been the person who ran against her political opposition, was speaking just like everybody else. And but his speech became critical of something she did or didn't do. And when his speech became critical, she tried to shut him up. And he immediately responded by, well, but we're all talking here. Why do I have to shut up? She's not going to tolerate it. He began to continue his point, and she kicks him out of the meeting, orders him to leave. So that was the first major violation I witnessed. And basically it was pure viewpoint discrimination. Everybody there, all council people were involved in First Amendment. They were all talking. They were all expressing their opinions and ideas during a workshop. But when it became critical of her, she ejected this council member. Now, the city manager, notably, and this video is on the channel when it happened, but notably the city manager told her, now you need to let him back in here. We're not kicking people out. This is a workshop. So, but she had already had the golf pros call the military police. And the golf pros told the councilman, military police are on the way. You got to leave. So out of fear of being arrested or being involved with the military police and the federal government, he left. And although he was invited to come back, it already happened. Look, and I wouldn't have went back either. And so that was the first violation.
Can I ask why there's a golf course on a military? Explain that.
Well, I was in the military, and I can tell you on a military base, it's like a little city. And like in the city of San Antonio, we have several golf courses.
Why would the city
Fort
council
Sam
member meet at is it a military base?
It is a military base. So a military base has everything that a little city has, including golf courses, swimming pools, so on and so forth, shopping centers, theaters, whatever. The golf course at Fort Sam is on a portion of the base that both serves the military and the public. It's in a portion of the base that is actually open to the public, where you can drive into the golf course from the public roadway, but you can't access it from the base side. But it's on military federal property. So any offenses that occur there, trespassing, for instance, it's military police jurisdiction.
Or they'll probably detain you and turn you over to whoever, right?
Well, I mean, any laws that are broken would be, our state laws, our city laws don't apply on federal property. Any laws you break are going to be federal violations dealt with on a federal level. They would go through the federal courts. It would be the military police. Well, so you have military police that are dressed in camouflage, that are actual on-duty soldiers. They arrest active duty military members. Whereas if when I say military police, it would be the civilian portion of the military police that comes and deal with civilians. They look like uniformed police officers, but they're federal employees dealing with federal laws.
Okay.
So
Thank
you
you.
get arrested by them and you go to the military jail there. So anyway, that was the first violation. I was flabbergasted that she did that because, like I said, I had supported her initially. But when she did that, I knew that was the beginning of the end. So after that, she had took over a senior citizen board, kicked all the senior citizen members off the board, had her and her council take over the senior citizen board. It was lawful, but it was done the wrong way and it shouldn't have been done. And then during the course of that takeover, she appoints all the council members, and I'll get to a point here related to her tyranny. She appoints all the council people as the city council members and the senior citizen board. Well, there was 2 council people that felt it was not done right, shouldn't have been done, and they didn't want to take part in it. And she literally, and we have this on video, she said, Councilman Martin, you're going to be appointed as secretary. He goes, I don't want to be secretary. And she flat out, without skipping a beat, says, you don't have a choice. So she felt that she could just make somebody be on a board. And she also felt that because she said so, it's in the best interest of the Senior Citizen Center to have a secretary who doesn't want to be there. Right?
Why did you have control of the Senior Citizen Center?
There was some discrepancies, financials a year prior. Their director had gotten arrested and charged with some larceny related crimes a year prior. She was out of there, and none of the board was implicated in any of that. And the board was in the process of getting things on the up and up. But the mayor comes in, and it's like she thinks she's the queen of a kingdom, and whatever she wants goes. She's power hungry, and she goes and kicks off all these senior citizens off the board without any kind of warning. And screw you, we're going to take over.
And then she tried to assign. Who's the person who said he didn't want to be whatever on the board?
Councilman Martin, which is also
too bad. Too bad. You have to do what I
said,
say.
You don't have a choice.
How do you respond to that?
And as a secretary of a board, you have a lot of responsibility and a lot of work to do, and you don't get paid. He didn't want to be part of it. He didn't agree with it. He didn't want to be part of it. She said, you have no choice. He goes, well, then I resign. And she's like, you're appointed on the board, right?
Now what?
So she had this conundrum, this fight between what she feels she can do and what she actually can do. So he resigned, and that was the end of that. Another council person said, I resign too. I'm not being on this board. It should have been done. So now they operate with, I think, 5. They operate with 5 council people on the board instead of 7. So, whatever. So that was the second one. And so there's just a series of decisions that she makes as queen. She thinks she's queen. And this is going to lead to why we're here today. But I'm just giving you guys context, a little history on the mayor. So the next major thing she did was we had a city manager vacancy. And there were 3 applicants, or 3 or 4 applicants. One of the applicants accepted the position, but 2 days later rescinded his the offer and didn't want to be city manager anymore. So that went on to, and that guy was thoroughly vetted, interviewed, the whole 9 yards by the entire council. So now that guy's out. So now they have 2 more candidates. So the mayor decides, we're going to go with the next one. We're just going to go with the next one. Now she tells the council this, right, behind closed doors or, out in front of everybody, whatever. She makes it known. She just wants to go with the next one. And now there's 7 people on council, including the mayor. Now, if you have Democrat, Republican Party, and if the majority is Democrat, then it's all going to go Democrat ways during votes, right? And vice versa. Well, on the council, you have Mayor Grider, you have Councilman Apodaca, Councilman Lozano, and Councilman Molina. That's 4 people. That's Team Grider.
And Grider's the mayor, right?
Oh, and you have Councilman Hitt. So that's 5. That's Team Grider, right? You have Grider and 4 other council people that are what we call Team Grider.
Well, how many council people are there?
7 total. So you have 2 that are not.
She has a super majority 5 of the 7.
She has supermajority 5 of the 7. So basically, anything she says, the other ones are going to, the team grider is going to agree to, and then there's a vote, and it flies, which is bringing us to why we're here. So she decides we're going to go with this next candidate. The other council member that are not team grider said, wait, hold on. We haven't interviewed this guy. We did one interview. We need to do a second, third one, maybe. We haven't vetted this guy. We haven't done our due diligence. The vote was taken. Of course, they voted no, and they stated the reason: we have not done our due diligence. Meaning we haven't done our responsibility to make sure he's a qualified candidate or that we really want to hire him. We haven't discussed this guy. But the majority vote ruled he's hired. Well, fast forward just a month later, my team, we do our due diligence, and we discover, well, he's being sued in the city that he came from, Prairie View, Texas, sued by a police officer for a laundry list of things, including sexual harassment, retaliation, official oppression, and the list goes on and on and on.
I hate laundry.
We deliver this to the council and say, and at the same time we're delivering this, we find out that he has had a number of complaints filed against him by City of Kirby employees. And if you look at their complaints,
So who knows this guy? How does he get into the picture?
Oh, this was Mayor Grider's dude.
From where?
Well, she's African American. He's African American. They belong to the same group. So we did our investigating online, and we found out they have a lot of connections with each other. This was the guy she brought in. Now, I'm not saying she brought him in because he's black or anything like that. And he certainly is qualified. And actually, when he came in, I was totally for him because he was about business and he paid attention to people, and he wasn't anti-free speech. But unfortunately, this guy has a God complex. He has an ego. He has a little sexual harassment issues. He has retaliatory issues. That's just not a good fit for a person in charge. Had the city done their due diligence, they would have found that out and probably not went with him. However, they didn't. So now they're stuck with him, right? So now we have complaints coming from the citizen of the city, and they mirror what he's being sued for in Prairie View. Same allegations. So they suspend him. They ended up terminating him.
In Kirby.
They terminated his contract. The mayor didn't provide any honeymoon clause, meaning that for a period of time, we're going to try you out, and we reserve the right to back out without having to pay you a lot of money. Nope, wasn't in there.
Probationary period.
That was at the mayor's urging. And no honeymoon, no probationary period. So they terminated him. Not only is he going to sue, and I know he's going to sue because he's consulting with one of my civil attorneys. Look, if somebody's done wrong, whether I like you or not, I'll certainly point you in the right direction. But it's going to cost the city of Kirby. So they had to pay him 10 months salary. He makes $10,000 a month. That's $40,000 plus a severance, which the mayor is holding secret from the public on how much the severance is. But I can assure you it's around $60,000. So this lack of due diligence at
How long did he work? How long did he work for the city?
He worked actual working days, about 40.
40 days?
Before he was suspended.
So about 2 months.
Yeah, about 2 months before he was suspended. Then
You said he gets 4 months
Then-
ahead of time?
Hold on. Then he was on paid leave for 75 days. Yeah. And then they terminated him. So he collected all that salary plus,
Why did they fire him?
he
What
collected
reason
like
was
3-4 months salary plus he gets paid 4 months salary plus a severance. All because the mayor decided we're going to go with him because I'm the queen and that's what we're going to do.
That almost sounds planned.
Right. So the reason I'm letting everybody know this happened is because inherently that resulted in more increased critical speech of the mayor from the citizens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a citizen too, and I was up there, but I really wasn't doing a whole lot. But citizens started digging. She realizes she's being dug on. So then, this is why we're here. So 2 meetings ago, we walk in. We got some more stuff that we've uncovered on the mayor, the city manager ordeal, and there's some other things going on. She knows it's coming. We get up there to speak, and she says, hold on, before everybody starts speaking. I know that in the past, we have always allowed a person to speak on citizens to be heard at the beginning of the meeting. And then if we have 10 agenda items, if you want to talk on one of them, two of them, five of them, you can talk for 5 minutes on each one of those. So, for example, I talk at citizens to be heard. I talk on 2 agenda items. That's 15 minutes total time, right? 5 minutes each. Generally, when I'm talking on an agenda item, I'm up there for 1 or 2 minutes. I don't use my whole 5 minutes. And it results in about 40 minutes of their time at a meeting listening to citizens. But she says, for no reason at all, because, I'm mayor, Queen Bee. From now on, citizens will only have 5 minutes to speak only. That's it. So if you use your 5 minutes during citizens to be heard, you cannot speak on agenda items.
Isn't that what we
I'm
just
like,
watched, right?
What? Yeah. What the fuck? No, hold on. Sorry for that. What do you mean? Okay, first off, state law in 2017, Texas state law changed and gives a citizen a right to talk on an agenda item. Okay? A right to talk. A right, not a privilege, a right. So on an agenda item, and I'm not referring to citizens to be heard, I'm talking about agenda items, we have a right to talk per our law. The state does allow the mayor to set reasonable time limits. Well, we know why they're in place. Otherwise, I'd get up there and talk for 10 hours. I never stop talking.
Nobody wants that.
Right. Nobody wants that. So they're allowed to set reasonable. This is what the law says, reasonable time limits. And this word is important because by her rule, if there's 10 agenda items and you don't talk at the beginning, 5 minutes is 300 seconds. And I'm GED Jack, so help me out here if I get this wrong. Don't be too mad at me. But I think 300 seconds, 10 agenda items, that's 30 seconds per agenda item. And I don't believe that's reasonable. We brought that to her attention. She said, nope, that's the way it's going to be. So I told her, and this is on video. I told her, Mayor, you're going to now enforce some rule that you're interpreting, because what she's saying is that it says you can talk on an agenda item, AN. So that means 1. No. So anyway, I told her that you're now going to interpret the rule your way, and you're doing something that's going to result in you telling a citizen during an agenda item, you cannot speak. Therefore, you're limiting a person's ability to speak. And for that, I'm going to address it as an activist, and you know what I'm going to do. And she said, bring them on. Because they understand that what I do, I have the most teeth in wasting your time, official. If you want to limit your citizens from speaking and you don't want to hear from your 6 or 7 citizens talking for 5 minutes, and you can listen to my constituents and my friends and my people talk to you for hours until you realize it's in your best interest to listen to your citizens and let them speak. Her response was, bring them on. So at the last meeting, I exerted about 5% of my effort. I gathered a few friends, constituents, viewers, subscribers, whatever.
Constabulary. Constabulary.
They're right.
Go on.
The conglomerate came together. The cabal,
The congregation.
A congregation.
Pass the plate.
The result was that the city council got to listen via Zoom, via having to read emails from citizens and from people that attended. They got to listen for an hour and 40 minutes worth of us talking about all kinds of things, like how to properly cook a pig in the ground, what the favorite recipes were, maybe a movie somebody just watched. And some people got in there and talked about First Amendment, and talked about the mayor and her tyranny and whatnot. And that was an hour and 40 minutes that meeting got extended by what I would say was a filibuster type.
What were they doing?
What
were they doing while you guys are filibustering?
Listening, then going and peeing and going and getting stuff to drink, because it's a long time to sit there for an hour and 40 minutes listening to. It was a long meeting. So
she knew you were going to do this, and then she said, "Bring it on."
She said, "Bring them on."
All right.
So I brought them on, and I let them know tonight what you experienced, because I try to be fair. And I said, look, tonight what you experienced is about an hour and 40 minutes of extra time because of your stupid rule. If you continue to do that, Next time it's going to be doubled or tripled, and we'll just keep going up from there. I'll put 20%, 30%, 100%. Now, in 2018, I got together with some folks regarding some tyranny in Olmos Park, and we were
Mhm.
able to bring 1,100 people in person to that city.
Perfect.
So, and I warned them. I said, "Look, it's not necessary, but it'll have to happen if you don't stop limiting your citizens' ability to speak and acting like you're the queen." And so I sent her an email the next day, or I'm sorry, the following Monday. I told her that I'm going to begin on Tuesday, which is this last Tuesday. I'm going to begin assembling and activating and assembling people to speak and encouraging them to exercise their First Amendment and speak. I'll give you by close of business today to let me know, one, are you going to rescind your bullshit? Okay. What was that?
One.
Oh, one. One, are you going to rescind your bullshit and let your citizens speak? Or two, are you at least going to try to begin discussions on coming up with some type of thing that is amicable for you and for
And
the
the public.
citizens and the public, in which you can accomplish your goal without interfering with the citizens' ability to speak? I tell you, give her till close of business to let me know. Never responded. What I do know is that she has doubled down.
Mhm. How?
She's gonna
How do you know?
take it to me.
Oh, yeah. How?
I quote, he's not running my city, I am.
Oh.
Yeah, these are conversations had between her and her constituents. Now, I'll tell you on a side note, she's made comments that because me and Councilman Garza are friendly with each other, that he must be giving me information. I pointed out to the mayor that the police chief hugs me. So by your theory, the chief would be giving me information because she hugs me. Councilman Garza doesn't hug me. So basically, you think anybody that's friendly with me basically is following the law, because you know that I'm friendly with people, with officials who follow the law, and I'm not friendly with
Sure.
officials who don't. So if any officials are friendly with me, they must be giving me information. And I reminded the mayor, look, this is what I told the mayor one time at a meeting. Information is not given to me illegally by Garza or the chief or anybody you suspect. Here's the deal. Humans cannot shut their mouths. That includes you, Mayor. And you tell your friends, they're humans, they can't shut their mouths. And they tell their friends, and their friends tell their friends. And I got friends all over the place, including standing next to your friends while they're running their mouths as human beings do. It's your own people that funnel this information to me indirectly. But they just don't see it that way. But we know all that's true. Anyway, I know what the mayor's doing for the most part. Probably 80% of what she's doing. So
Grandstanding?
this is what she's doing.
All right.
So this is what she's done. And she obviously, to talk about this as a public meeting in Texas, she has to include it in an agenda and post it publicly, which she has done. Now, she made sure to hide this little tidbit deep inside this agenda. And everybody here can go online and see it. Very simple to do. City of Kirby, Texas. You go look at City Council. You look at the agenda for 2023. You look up the November 9th agenda. You open up the Microsoft Word document or PDF, and you got to go way down to the bottom of, I think, 80 pages. Okay, to find it. But I'm going to give you just a little excerpt of what now. So what she did was she found a city called Alpine, Texas. And she said, guys, we need to change our rules regarding decorum, right? Decorum, meaning how the citizens act in our meetings. And I found the way it needs to be done. And I'm looking at can I share my screen? Is that possible?
I don't know.
Let me see if I can share my screen, because that would be most beneficial to everybody. Leave studio
Are
medicine.
you on StreamYard right now?
I'm on StreamYard, but I don't think I can share my screen. So, but that's okay. I'll just read off the excerpts and let you guys know what it says. So,
Excerpts.
Yeah. I'm GD Jack, man. I do the best I can.
You're doing great, dude.
All right. So there, it's a sheet. It says Alpine, Texas example. So these are rules. Now, I want to make it very clear. These rules are not in effect at the next meeting. The way to get them into effect, though, is by making an ordinance. And first, this right here, what I'm fixing to read, has to be read and discussed with City Council. It has to be done again at a second meeting, and then they can vote to have it in place. Now, as I mentioned before, Team Grider controls the vote. Anything she wants is going to happen. All right. So I can almost guarantee you that these rules, if we don't put the pressure on them, these rules are going to be in place.
The rules
All right.
limiting everyone to 5 minutes, right?
This is, yeah, no, well, okay. In addition to that,
Mm-hmm.
these are rules that Mayor Grider is saying we need to have in Kirby, Texas. You ready for this?
Yes.
All right, decorum. So let's see here. Basically, any violation of these rules, you're out. The mayor can give you a warning, and then tell you to leave.
And where are you reading this from?
This is from the agenda packet posted to the public, available on the City of Kirby, Texas website under City Council. Then you click on City Council meetings. Go to the very bottom.
Let me see if I can do this real quick. City
Yeah, let's do that.
of Kirby, Texas. Okay. Kirby records list, Texas Public Records. That.
Oh yeah, up at the top you'll see, like, I think government. If you hover over that, you'll see a selection for, I think, City Council.
Oh, hold on. Let me go back. So, property owner record, city of property, Texas United 10 best.
Oh, it should say home, the City of Kirby, Texas, right?
It doesn't.
Type
what
in.
is-
Go to. You using Google?
Yeah.
Type in City of Kirby, Texas. TEXAS. Okay.
City of Kirby.
I mean, I can tell you the website, the URL, if you want that.
All right. So, yeah, it gives me the same results. Give me the exact URL.
It's kirbytx.org.
kirbytx.org.
www.https. And it should be
City of Kirby. Look up records. Why am I not? I guess. Oh, I'm.
you're getting ads.
Yahoo. That's why. Hold on a second.
Yeah, you're on an ad screen.
What in the world?
I can send you a link if you want.
Google. Let's just go to Google here. Okay, and search. Yeah, go to Google. Yeah, that's what I want. Good Lord. Okay, here we go.
I just emailed you a link.
Home, City of Kirby, Texas. Okay, now what am I clicking on after that?
So you click on that, and up at the top you have About Development Living Government.
Mm-hmm.
Hover over Government. Go to City Council. Click that.
Okay.
That's the picture of our fine council with the
boy,
ugly ass mayor in the middle.
Let me see if I can share this. Let me see if I can share this right now. So
okay,
we'll go here.
Yeah, and I'll let you know. I'll let you know who
later.
everybody is up there. If you can share that,
what I can do here.
share that picture somehow. Yeah, if you can share that picture somehow, I can explain to who everybody is.
Full screen. I want. How do I get it to look at? Take this. All right. Let's stop sharing that.
Bear with John, folks. It's he can get it done. It just takes a minute.
And let's start sharing this. Oh, come on, player. What did I do there? Oh boy.
While John is working on getting that picture up there, I'll just tell you just a couple of things, and then we can go over them with John when he's done there. Yeah, no, he's got it. He's got it.
I got this, bro.
Reactions from the audience following the recognition and rewarding of citizens and special guests is considered appropriate and encouraged.
There it is, right?
However, just let me see. I'm not looking. So you can praise somebody, but you can't unpraise somebody. You get kicked out for that.
City Council. We're looking at the City Council.
Yeah, that's it right there. So you want me to tell you who these people are real quick?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So the person to the far, we'll start from left to right.
Please.
To the left is Councilman Martin. He is not Team Grider. He follows the law. All right. Enough said there. Then to the right of that, we have Sally Hitt, Councilwoman Hitt. She is Team Grider. She just basically does whatever the mayor does, and she's clueless. Then you have Councilman Apodaca. She is Team Grider. She's also owns a local business here in the Kirby area, Kirby Cleaners. And she just follows whatever the mayor does. She pretty much goes with the wind if the wind smells like the mayor. Then you have in the center, Mayor Janisha Grider. She's the Queen Tyrant that we've been discussing. Then to the right of her, you have Councilman Molina, the Mexican Wyatt Earp. And I say that because he's got a great mustache. And I say that in an endearing, what do you say? Endearing manner. I love his mustache. I can't sport a mustache like that. I'm jealous.
He's got some good right angles going on, I think.
I would love to be able to sport a mustache like that. But he's Team Grider, and he goes with Grider, and he's a cop loving, tyrant supporting thug.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So then to the right of him is Councilman Garza, Christopher Garza. That is the mayor's political opponent. He ran for her, or ran against her to mayor. And frankly, I think that if I had supported him versus her, he would have got elected. But I couldn't. I nothing against him. I just felt she was the better candidate.
Okay.
For council at the time.
I
wanted to see her head that council.
All right.
I do have a preference for strong Black women, and she is a strong Black woman.
I heard that about you.
And I think strong Black women in positions of power can be an asset to certain organizations. So anyway, the point is that I supported her. And then so you have Garza. He follows the law. He does the right thing. He also asks a bunch of questions. He questions everything. He believes in government transparency, and he doesn't stand for government secrecy at all.
Good.
And that's contrary to Team Grider's agenda.
Is he on Team Grider?
No,
he's your opponent.
No. He's not anti-Grider, but unfortunately for Grider, he is anti the things that Grider does. He's not anti-Grider, he's anti the things she does, and that is basically shit she ain't supposed to be doing. All right, and then to the right of him is Councilwoman Lozano. Now, Lozano, she's kind of on the fence. She's kind of Team Grider, she's kind of not.
Is that why she's making that face?
I've witnessed her go with the flow, but my opinion of her is she is smart, she is intelligent, and I believe that she is starting to see that some of the things that Grider's doing is uncalled for. And she has, on several occasions, voted in opposition of something Grider wanted. And so I'll give her credit for that, but I'm undecided on her. Okay, so everybody except for the one on the far right, I know how they'll vote if these rules are passed. I'm not sure how the person on the right would vote, but still, majority for controls.
But from here over, they're all going to vote Grider, right?
Yes, if we don't stop this, they're going to vote it in. And this is what they're going to vote in. So you want to go to so scroll down to the very bottom so that way your folks can see what I'm reading. Now go up to 2023. These are the agendas. Click on that. Now go to November 9th. So they always post these on the Monday preceding the meeting. We have a meeting tomorrow, November 9th. And go ahead and click on whatever you want to open there, PDF or Microsoft Word, whatever. All right. So what you're looking at here, stop. What you're looking at here is the council meeting agenda for the regular meeting, November 9th. And basically in Texas, it's telling you what's going to happen, what's on the agenda. Now, what I notice is that normally there's 10 to 16 agenda items. Let's scroll down a little bit. And let's see how many agenda items are for this next meeting. Stop. Go up. Go up. Go up. Stop. Stop. So, okay, scroll down. Scroll down to agenda items. Scroll down. Scroll down. Stop. Wait, go up. I'm sorry, man.
It's all good.
Go up a little bit. Stop. Okay. Item number 10. These are the agenda items. Normally there's 10 to 16 items there on average. There's only 3 at this meeting. because she's anticipating, and I know this for a fact because she talks to her constituents and they're human and they talk to everybody else, and it gets back to me. She purposely limited this to 3 items because she expects the meeting to last long and she wants to shorten it. Now, sorry, if I was the mayor, we got city business to do.
What number are you
If
looking at?
anything, I would just say citizens to speak. They're going to happen after the agenda items. We're going to do the agenda items first. So that way, anybody that wants to talk on the agenda items can talk on them and go home.
Sure.
But instead, she's basically counseling all other city business because she wants to get into a fight with the citizens concerning her bullshit rules limiting speech.
Where are you seeing this?
This is item number 10.
Discussions and possible actions?
Yeah, these are what are referred to as agenda items. All the other stuff is rigmarole. This stuff right here are the, quote, agenda items. So Texas state law says that we have a right to talk on each one of these. So as they call up item number 8, discussion and update on the Ben Zingelman Road and opening timeline. It's a construction project. So if
Okay.
city wants to get up there and say that, there's not enough signs, the construction is bullshit, whatever it is, they want to tell council, they can do that. Then when item number B comes up, this is about an ordinance that outlines citizen participation. This is what we're talking about. The rules we're fixing to read, so this is the first reading. There has to be another one, and then they can vote. So this is discussion and possible action on this ordinance. And the ordinance is going to include all these rules that she's going to want to propose that we're fixing to share.
Okay.
So, okay, you understand how all this works.
I do now.
All right. Now, to see, okay, so for every one of those agenda items, she has to submit a packet, an agenda packet.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, so for instance, the Ben Zingelman Road timeline, the construction project, she has to submit any documents that anybody has regarding that particular agenda item. It could be 1 page, it could be 50 pages. Every council person gets a copy of it so they can look at it, read it, educate themselves between Monday and Thursday so they can have a proper, educated discussion on it because they're going to take city action, right?
Right.
So that applies for all agenda items, including number B, which is the ordinance. So there is an agenda packet, but it's hidden deep, and you're fixing to see how deep it's hidden because she has told her constituents, she told her city secretary, put this deep and don't release it to the public. Don't talk about it with anybody because she doesn't want the public to know. She doesn't want Jack Miller to know that she's proposing to do the following things we're fixing to tell you, and you're going to be floored. You're going to be mad.
All right.
I was mad. So to find what she's proposing, start scrolling. I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. I'll come back, and then I'll tell you where to stop.
Are you serious?
Oh, keep scrolling, bro. It's all the way down at the bottom.
Can I use the thing on the side?
Keep fucking going. Just keep going.
Can I use the thing on the side?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I think it's about 3/4 ways down. I'll know when you get it because I'll see it. Go ahead and stop. Stop. Okay, scroll up. It may be before or after that, but we're getting close to it. Scroll up, scroll up. Keep scrolling.
Agenda.
You're going to see a document that says with handwriting Alpine, Texas at the top. That's what you're looking for. So you see how stop. You see how you have those pages?
Yeah.
So at the very top of the page, it's going to have in handwriting Alpine, Texas example or sample. So scroll till you see that. See if you can scroll quick. Go down because I think it's further down.
Scrolling.
She could have just included the changes she wants to make, but she included the whole 50 pages of ordinance to hide.
Oh, my fingers swollen. The
hide what
ordinance.
she
This is the
wants.
ordinance.
Yeah, this is the ordinance.
The ordinance about participating in meetings. This is it right here.
Oh yeah.
Who the hell wrote this?
So I think you're getting okay right there. Stop. So all the stuff you just saw is the actual ordinance as it's written. Then
Who wrote that shit?
Then what she's saying is, council, I want you to consider, scroll up a little bit so people can see what's at the top of this form.
Oh.
See what's at the top of that form? That's her writing. Alpine, Texas example. So this is Alpine, Texas rules. And what she's saying is, council, I want you guys to look at these rules because I want our rules to be this way. So let's start. You guys can play this back and
Hey,
read
give
it
me one
yourself.
second. Give me 1 second, Jack. My dog's whining, and I'm gonna grab a
Yeah,
drink.
yeah. No
I'll be
problem.
right
No
back.
problem. No problem.
You can keep talking to the people.
Hopefully, I think hopefully I'll convince John to take some phone calls from you guys if you have any questions about everything
Sure.
you're seeing here. Questions for me. You may have some questions about how to talk to Kirby, Texas City Council. I can answer those questions. There is a way for you guys to speak to the council tomorrow. Tomorrow, the meeting is at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And that's important to know, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm not sure where you guys are at.
No.
But anyway, you can actually partake in this meeting by appearing in person if you're here local, sending in an email, or attending by Zoom. Now, I would suggest sending in an email because if you attend by Zoom or in person, I don't know how many people are going to be there, but I think there might be 30 or 40 now, at least. And I hope there's 1,000. I hope this meeting runs for 57 trillion hours. But the point is that if you're on Zoom or you're there in person, you're going to be in line, right? But if you submit an email, you can submit it. It has to be read. One of the council people will read it, and then they have no choice but to listen to you. And you don't have to waste a bunch of your time. We'll just be wasting theirs. So anyway, back to this thing here. So you guys can, as John scrolls through it, you guys can go back and replay and read it, right? But I'll just point out some things that are kind of crazy. So these are the rules that the mayor wants, and in 2 meetings from now, this is what's going to happen if we don't stop it, and we have the power to stop it by exercising our speech and putting pressure on them to stop. Because the message is
at the end.
Yeah. The message is if you do this, we got more to do. So anyway, so by attendees, any person making personal, impertinent, or slanderous remarks, or who shall become boisterous while addressing the council, shall lose your loss of speaking privileges. So
Whoa, privileges.
And unless permission to continue is be granted by majority of the vote. So
Where are you reading that?
Let me break this down. This is item number B.
Okay.
By attendees, any person making personal, impertinent, slanderous remarks, or who shall become boisterous while addressing the council, shall be forthwith by the presiding officer, which is the mayor, subject to loss of speaking privileges unless permission to continue be granted by a majority of the vote. Let's talk about that last part. Unless permission to continue be granted by a majority of the vote. Let me tell you what the problem with that is.
She's got the majority.
The majority controls, and guess what? The majority don't like Jack Miller, but they might like John. They might
Why
like John.
would they like me?
I'm just saying, hypothetically, let's say they like you, John, but they don't like me. How are they going to vote every time I am subject to lose and speaking my privileges? They're going to say Jack Miller can't talk. But when they vote for you, because one of the councilmen that don't like you say, no, but they like you, they're going to let you talk. And what is that if they don't let me talk and they let you talk?
Discrimination.
It's a viewpoint discrimination. It's a violation of the First Amendment. All right. And that's what we have here. It's a blatant violation of the First Amendment. So even considering entertaining that you're going to vote to let one person speak and the other person speak.
That's ridiculous. That's how they're rolling in Alpine.
That's what they do in Alpine, some little small podunk city in West Texas out in the middle of nowhere. Way too far for me to travel, but maybe one day I will. Okay. So let's go back to this thing about making personal, impertinent, or slanderous remarks.
Okay.
So I had to look up the definition of impertinence. Okay.
Impertinent. Please tell me. I don't know either.
Yeah, impertinent. Not showing proper respect. Being rude.
Proper respect to who? Respect
doesn't hold on. Yeah, if that doesn't piss you off, okay.
I'm already
so
pissed
you're
off.
saying that if I, in your mind, Mayor, if in your opinion, in your mind, I am not showing the proper respect, whatever that means,
right,
or I'm being rude, I lose my speaking privilege.
Privileges.
Privileges.
That's the part that pissed me off
Texas
first.
law, if I'm talking on an agenda item, Texas law says I have a right. And you're just going to call it privilege because you think you're Mayor Queen Bee of the Kingdom of Kirby. That's not how it works.
The
She
Queen
forgot
of Kirby.
the Queen of Kirby. She forgot that she is by the people, for the people. All right.
Uh,
So anyway,
I
yeah.
don't
So
think
you
she ever,
can't.
I don't think she ever learned that to begin with.
Yeah. So you can't be rude.
Okay.
All right. Now I'm not even going to go into the definitions of boisterous, slanderous. But the last time I checked, John, I could say, John, you have a dick that hangs like an elevator button. Now, it may not.
That's a little too real, bro.
Well,
But
I'm
go
just
on.
saying, it may not. It may be false, right? It may be false. Certainly, it's not like an
Yeah.
elevator button. So obviously, it's
false.
false. But I have a right to say that.
Yeah.
Now, just disclaimer there. Those were your own words, bro. All right. So anyway,
I know that. I was
I
wondering
got
why you use that word.
because I'm one of your biggest fans, man. I hang on to every word you say, and I thought that was hilarious.
Bless you, bro.
Yeah.
Go on.
So okay, so let's go on. So let's
Uh-huh.
go to some other things here. This one I like especially. Again, viewpoint discrimination. Listen to this. So this is going down number B1, where it starts off with reactions. Reactions from the audience following the recognition and rewarding of citizens and special guests is considered appropriate and encouraged. Disruptive verbal and or, get this, non-verbal reactions from the audience during staff presentations to the council and during debate between council persons are inappropriate and are not permitted. So no non-verbal reactions from the audience. I don't know what does that mean, John?
That means don't give him the finger, don't give him the stink eye, don't point at your butt, don't stick your head through your legs. I'm assuming that's no mooning, no sunshining.
Can I laugh? Could I possibly laugh?
As long as it's not in a sarcastic tone.
I mean, so you see the ridiculousness of this, and this is the rules the mayor wants to do to limit speech. All right, hold on.
Yeah.
It gets even better. Let's go down to you have B1, you have B2. So let's look at number 2.
Let's go in order.
It is not the intention of the council to provide a public forum for the demeaning of any individual or group. Okay, what does that mean? They're not individuals, they're not groups, they're public officials.
I don't
They're
care what
city
your
council.
intentions are.
So I don't even know what that means. Neither is it the
Nothing.
intention of the council to allow a member or members of the public, talking about you, to insult the honesty and or integrity of the city council as a body. So you're not allowed to insult the
grievances.
perceived honesty and or integrity. I'm sorry, the mayor has no integrity. Well,
Obviously, we're
least that's
looking
my
at it
opinion.
right now. We're looking at her level of integrity right here.
But if she has her way, if I say that she is not honest and has no integrity, I'm going to get kicked out of the meeting. And
Yes,
so are
you
you.
are.
And so
Mhm.
are you. If I get up there and say the mayor's hair looks great, her braids are nice and tight, I get to stay. But if I tell her, like I told her at the last meeting as I'm getting kicked out, Mayor, you need to tighten up your fucking braids, they look like shit, then I would get kicked out. But if I'm praising her braids, it's okay. And I actually did say that. It's on video.
Good
So
for
anyway,
you.
and look, they're loose. All right. She needs to tighten them up. I mean,
I
as
guess.
an elected official, that's Alexa telling me to take out the trash cans. So anyway, look, as an elected official, she has braids. There's young people in our community that look up to her. And we don't need those young people growing up with jacked up braids.
Thinking it's okay to have loose braids all up in public.
All up in public, teaching the kids that you don't even have to give a damn about your hair, just let it grow however you want. So anyway,
jutting out everywhere.
It's
unsymmetrical, asymmetrical.
Yeah.
Go on.
Actually, I had posted a image poll concerning her braids, asking people if they had been in more than a week, less than a week, or more than a year. And I actually had people. I had people go ape shit about that post. I got reported 30 some odd times to Facebook. I appealed all of them. I won. They didn't cancel me out. But check this out, and then we'll get back. We'll get back on. Yeah, we'll get back on topic. First off, the picture didn't. You don't know who it is. I cut off the face. It's just a picture of her jacked up braids, in my opinion. And you may
Okay.
think the braids are great. I don't think they are. Oh well.
Whatever.
If that bothers you, wear a fucking helmet. All right.
Right?
Life is
Right.
rough, right?
That's right.
So then
I'm too pregnant for this.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take one comment that I got. You, as a white man, are racist for commenting on a black person's hair. And I said,
I'll-
okay, you're calling me racist because I'm doing something you feel that I shouldn't do because of the color of my skin.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
Right.
I thought we stopped doing that in the 60s.
Right. They don't get it that they're actually engaging in what they're accusing you of.
Yeah, these are her folks, her constituents, trying to
So
cancel me out.
is she like woke?
Oh, let me tell you.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
she has indicated in the past that she is sympathetic with BLM.
Oh, boy.
She made comments that she's okay with people tearing up the city,
Oh, yeah?
things like that, and she's entitled to her opinion. I don't agree with that, but then again, sometimes I do. Sometimes you got to walk into a room and flip over all the damn chairs if people aren't listening to you,
Right.
especially if people are killing you. So I don't know, man. I'm on the fence on that, but she's an official, right? I can say those things. She can't, or maybe she can. I don't know. That's a whole other production and story. But when I walked out of the council meeting and I said she needed to tighten up her fucking braids, her response was, and it's on video, she immediately responded. Now, look, if any of you guys ever want to run to be in public office, do yourself a favor. When some jackass is running his mouth like me, shut up.
That's exactly right.
Let him leave and then move on about your business.
Yeah.
The best thing you can do. Because you might run into somebody who me is not going to stop. And then what? So how are you going to look? So then she goes, oh, here goes the stereotype behavior and all of y'all condone it. And she's talking to the other members of the council. And she's talking to the police chief, which, by the way, she feels that the police should have arrested me a long time ago for my speech. She's tried to get the police to write me tickets, but our police chief will not allow her department to be weaponized against an activist for engaging in free speech. The mayor doesn't agree with that. The mayor feels that me calling her a dumb bitch, I should have received a ticket and be prosecuted for that. Okay.
Well, ticket for what?
Disorderly conduct.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
Will you
exactly.
called her that where?
And the chief says no, it's not in a public meeting when I have the floor.
Right.
Now I got kicked out because it violated rules of decorum.
Okay.
And I
But
said
it's not illegal.
And I said some junk as I was leaving. But I was leaving
Right.
and I left. And I didn't, look, she has the power to do that. I violated rules of decorum. Those are the consequences. So be it. But they understand. And my message was, you're going to hear me talk. I don't care what rules you enact. You're going to hear me talk.
Right.
So, okay, here we go. Members of the public shall not engage in any of the following in the meeting room during a city council meeting. We haven't got to the best one yet. We're fixing to. You ready? 1, shouting, unruly behavior, distracting side conversations, or speaking out when another person is talking.
Side converse, so you can't talk to someone else?
Are we in middle school? No side conversations or speaking when another person is talking?
No passing notes.
Are we children at the dinner table?
No passing notes will be next.
Oh, yeah. B, defamation, intimidation, personal affronts, profanity, and threats of violence. Now, of course, I don't condone threats of violence. That is a crime.
Yes.
At least in Texas, if you threaten violence towards somebody, that is a crime.
And have the ability to carry it out immediately. But, there's caveat, but yeah.
But the defamation, intimidation, personal affronts, and profanity, who determines what is intimidating and what is not? Because it's a two-way street. So if I say something that somebody deems as intimidating and Mayor Grider, you agree with them and you give me my warning, well, then guess what? I'm going to sit there and everything that comes out of anybody's mouth, I'm going to be intimidated by.
Yeah, exactly.
So two can play at that game, and I can bring 10 people in there that'll be intimidated by everything.
And everyone that goes up there can sit there and go, I'm intimidated by the mayor. I'm intimidated by the mayor. I'm intimidated for 5 minutes.
Right. So basically, all these rules are just inviting more bullshit and waste of city resources and time.
Just escalation.
Just so the mayor can win a pissing contest with people who advocate for people's rights.
Right.
Namely me. In this situation, it's going to be me. Look, she whipped her dick out, and I whipped my dick out, and that's just the way it is, right?
She whipped out her snail.
She whipped out her snail. So, okay, here's the biggest one. You ready for this?
Yes.
Sit down, guys. Number C, use of phones, pagers, radios, computers, or other electronic equipment.
Oh, so now they're going with you can't record.
Members of the public shall not use phones, pagers, radios, computers, or other electronic equipment. Yeah, no electronic equipment.
You must be out your
Hold
goddamn
on,
mind.
hold on. I lied. I'm gonna save the best for last. You ready?
Yes.
Scroll down to the next page. Item number D. No booing, hissing, foot stomping, ripping of paper, parading, signing, or other similar behavior that impedes or disrupts the orderly conduct of the meeting. No signing. So if you're deaf, do not bring your sign language interpreter because there is no signing.
What
I
if
think
I'm a
that-
tap dancer?
I think that's what that means. It's kind of
What if I'm
vague.
a tap dancer who uses my dancing abilities to communicate in Morse code?
Right. And so the reason I say signing is because I'm sure that means holding up a sign. But
Right.
here's the thing about that. It's vague. It's too
Right.
vague. And we all know what happens when there are rules or laws in place that are vague. Right? They're not constitutional.
They're void for vagueness.
They're not constitutional. So
Correct.
anyway, and it goes on and on. No offensive, vulgar, or distracting placards, banners, signs, or apparel shall be permitted to be erected or displayed by any parents. So no offensive, vulgar, or distracting apparel, right?
Yeah, your
You
clothing.
guys better watch my live stream tomorrow. The meeting will be live streamed. They also live stream themselves, but they do a poor job at it. They do a very poor job at it because they don't really want you to hear things. So their mic doesn't
Right.
work half the time. Their camera is always pointed in an inconvenient direction. Our camera will catch all the important stuff. And wait till you see. Look, I don't like to toot my own horn, but I got games.
You don't like to S your own D?
I I would love to do that.
Oh,
Don't act like
It
you
was a
have never
joke.
tried.
was a
You've tried. You've tried. Don't say
I
you
have not
haven't.
tried. I've had a gut
Oh,
my whole life.
Oh shit. Well,
Man, I know my limits, bro. Remember how I'm
Okay.
hung.
all right.
All right.
Shit, I would if I could. It would save me it would have saved me a lot of child support in my lifetime.
All right, my man.
All right.
Moving on.
Don't get me sidetracked, John. Okay, so yeah, so look, I got games tomorrow. Stay tuned. But this is why I'm coming on John's platform today, and so I'm gonna be serious here now.
Go ahead.
I joke a lot. But I'm gonna be serious now. I came on John's platform, and I really appreciate you, John, for allowing me to do that.
Of
And I
course.
appreciate everybody that's watching or that's going to watch. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to this nonsense. But I'm really, really pleading for everybody's help during this ordeal. And it's not just going to be tomorrow. Again, I've mentioned before, there's going to be another meeting discussing this. And then there's going to be an ordinance enacted enacting this. And then it's going to be enforced. And there's a lot of other things I just can't talk about right now. Things that are, my God. So anyway, we have to stop the mayor, and I'm asking for your help. I am sincerely asking for your help. I don't want any money. I'm not doing that. I don't want no money. I don't want no kudos. I don't
I
want
think a lot
nothing.
of us could do this right now too, what you're about to suggest.
Yeah, I don't need you to come to my channel and give me views. I don't need none of that stuff. This is what I need, and I really need this. So if you guys are don't like what you just heard, if you have any questions for me, you guys can certainly at any time, day or night, send me an email and ask me a question, and I'll answer you. So if you have questions that come up after all this, feel free to email me, and I'll answer the questions. But this is what I need. So let me look at the screen and see what you're doing there, John. All right. So we talked about this earlier. I need you guys to send an email. So basically, this is how it works. This is how if you want to exercise your free speech and you want to address this council, you can do that by emailing the city secretary, and we'll provide that information in a little bit. But you email the city secretary of the city of Kirby. You'll preface your email message with, I want this message to be read during the citizens to be heard portion of your meeting on November 9th at 7 p.m. Then you will preface it with a name and an address. Now, don't be alarmed. The rules of decorum require that if a person is going to speak, whether in person, on Zoom, or by email, they must preface their speech with their name and their address. There's no reason for all that. It doesn't serve any purpose. It's actually an antiquated rule. But anyway,
Another stupid hurdle.
many, many years ago, you could not speak if you were not a citizen. So you had to provide your name and your address to ensure you were a citizen, and they just took your word for it. But that's no longer in place. In fact, it's illegal to exclude a person from speaking just because
Right.
they don't reside in the city. You look,
And
I don't have
wish
to.
to surrender their privacy.
I don't have to reside in the city to be subject to your government.
Right.
And if I'm subject to your government, I may have something to redress. So if I get a ticket, if I own a business there, if I work at a business there, and I have to deal with some, potholes in your city, and I have to drive through your city going to work, I certainly should have a right to tell the council, fix your potholes, right? So, point being is that the requirement to provide your name and address is not something you need to worry about. Provide a name. All right, that's all I'm going to say. Provide a name. If you want your email to be read, don't give them a reason to say we're not reading this. And what they'll do is say, well, this isn't prefaced with a name and address, and that's our rules, so we're not going to read it, because we know that's what the mayor wants. She does not want you to speak, so she'll find any reason. So please preface your email with, my name is
Chica.
Chica. Yeah. So, and then I'm going to tell you guys right now, I live at 4839 Dick Gordon in Kirby, Texas.
And we're all going to be visiting him tomorrow, right?
And absolutely. And every time, I got a lot of people moving in here. It's amazing how many people I have had move in the past week. So basically, when I get up and talk, this is how I do it. Hello, Council Jack Miller, 4839 Dick Gordon. And then I begin to speak. So you need to do the same in your email.
Now, do they have to read the emails?
Yes, they have to read them. So this is what happens. So in the subject line, you put citizens to be heard submission for November 9th meeting. Then, hello, I wish for this to be read during the citizens to be heard portion of the meeting. My name is John Doe, and I live at 4839 Dick Gordon, or wherever you live at in Kirby. Certainly you want to, use your Kirby address. If you don't live at my house, make sure you use your Kirby address. They need to know you live in Kirby. Okay. That's important, because
What's your address again?
One of the things the mayor's going to do in this ordinance
there it is.
she is going to, I forgot to mention, she is going to stop Zoom attendance. She's going to stop email communications, and she's going to require you to be there in person. And if you're not a citizen of Kirby, you cannot speak except by vote. That's her further. That's okay. That just means I'll bring 100 people to the meeting, all citizens of Kirby. That's a couple of hours. Anyway, what'd you ask me? My email?
No, you put your address up there. It's on the screen.
Oh, my address up there. Okay, thank you.
So the idea is to get 5 minutes of dialogue. Now, can I show my little trick here?
Yeah. So remember, you get 5 minutes, right? So you want
look at this.
The purpose of this is to put to filibuster. Filibuster is mean when you're protesting something, you get up there and you waste people's time. You delay their time, whatever. So you want to make sure that you're no matter how fast they try to read it's going to take them 5 minutes. That means,
let me show you a little trick for that. Okay.
Maybe they're going to stop before your email is read, but the whole 5 minutes, please.
Okay. So I don't know if you guys have ChatGPT. If you don't, just click Google ChatGPT, open it up. It'll look like this once you get logged in and everything, okay? And it says send a message. So at the bottom, I'm going to put pretend you are a guy from Kirby, Texas, who is upset with the current mayor of Kirby for attempting to pass unlawful, unconstitutional.
Bro, your chat room's probably lighting up.
City ordinance.
John, your chat room's probably lighting up. What the hell is it? Hui?
Understand. See what?
Hey, people are correcting your spelling in your chat room.
No, it doesn't, dude.
Holy shit. Wow.
Okay, it says, listen. It says, I understand your request. If I were a person from Kirby, Texas, upset with the current mayor for attempting to pass an unlawful, unconstitutional city ordinance, I might express my concerns like this.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on. Well, I can't believe what our mayor is trying to do with this new city ordinance. It's just outrageous and completely unconstitutional. I mean, we have rights as citizens, and they can't just. So that's a little short. So now I'm going to put, make this redress
I've never used ChatGPT
of
before.
grievance. I don't know how you spell that.
This is crazy.
Last about 5 minutes. And there it goes.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I've never used Chat.
Dude, this is unbelievable. So I don't know if that's going to last 5 minutes.
Wow.
So, like you said, the most important thing is get a name and give your Kirby address, even if it's, what is it? 48 what?
What?
What's your address?
Oh, 4839. I think you still have it up on the screen, right? 4839. Oh, okay. 4839 Dick. Oh, it's Gordon. Gordon.
48 what?
4839 Dick, and it's Gordon.
Dick Gordon. What street? Drive?
The astronaut street.
Street. Okay. So I say, please make my address 4839 Dick Gordon Street. Oh shit. Okay.
Try Dick Gordon Drive.
Okay, maybe it's Drive.
Yeah, I mean it's one or the other.
Please make.
They might need a zip code, maybe.
Let's see here. Please make.
This is really cool.
It's unbelievable. Please make my address. It probably doesn't know who my is. Please make
Jack Miller.
The redresser's address.
Oh, okay.
I understand now, but for private security, I can't provide specific personal addresses in response.
That's fair enough.
All right, so you get the point. You say
you can copy that, put it in your email, and then put the preface in the beginning.
It says, of course, here's an extended version of the redress of grievances lasting about 5 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Kirby. I talked to you today about something that's been weighing heavily on my mind. It's a secret recent actions of the current mayor, and I believe we need to help to address this issue as a community. Our mayor has proposed an ordinance that, in my view, goes against the very principles of the nation was founded on. I'm talking about, and look, now I'll put something like,
wow.
Now I'll write, please make this sound as if it was written by a Harvard graduate. And there it goes.
Hey dude, can you type in please make sure or whatever, make sure or this looks like it's written by a GED graduate or a GED educated person?
You can, yeah, but
I'm just curious what it would say because I'm GED Jack.
Oh, what happened there? Regenerate. That's the first time I've ever seen that. So it's going to regenerate. Maybe my computer's slow right now because I don't have a powerful computer.
Well,
it'll do it. It'll
check
make it sound like that.
Jack. I'll check for GED Jack. Can you can you ask it to use profanity?
Yeah.
That's great. Okay. So yeah, so I mean, I have an idea that I'm going to probably tell them that today I'm going to be talking in Pig Latin. I won't need an interpreter. But if you have trouble understanding what my message, you can certainly check with your pigs that are standing in the back doing security. They may be able to help you with the Pig Latin. Then I'm going to go through some Pig Latin. And then at the end, probably about 2.5 minutes into it, I'm going to tell them, okay, I'm going to go ahead and interpret everything I just said, and I'm going to get kicked out in the first 2 sentences. But the thing is, it's already on the record in Pig Latin, and they can't do anything about that. and it's going to be horrible. So I was thinking of doing that, but I'm really not sure what I'm going to do. So stay tuned. Whatever it is, I'll try to do the best job I can. I'm going to try not to get kicked out early so I can, make sure that we're covering everything in the live stream for you guys. That's going to be the primary purpose of my job there tomorrow. Are we still on, John? Hello? I think we lost John. Let me see what's going on. Go to John, YouTube. John Felix.
I'm here, bro.
Oh, you there? Okay, man. No problem, brother.
I think my computer just couldn't keep up, man. So
Gotcha. Figured
now
that.
look,
So
look,
anyway,
look, real
yeah.
quick. Please make this sound. So it says, certainly, here's an improved version with a formal and sophisticated tone that could be associated with someone who's a graduate.
We
Ladies and
can't see
gentlemen of
anything on
Kirby,
your
Texas.
screen. We can't see nothing on your screen.
Oh, you can't see it? You
No,
just
we
see
just-
you and I, right?
Yeah, just me and you.
Okay.
Just me and you, and then my address and
Present.
channel down at the bottom.
Screen. There it is. And then share. And it should be loading up here in a second. It's loading, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I can't see.
Trying
anything.
to.
I just see me and you up there, bro.
Okay, so it's StreamYard. Can you hear me still, though?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
So if it crashes, I'll come back up one more time, and we'll just give them the email. And
I can hear you good, and I can see you and your balls.
thank you. I'm glad they're nice and shiny.
They are multiple color. Oh, we lost him again. So he's having some connection issues there, guys. I don't know if you guys can still hear me, but he should pop up here in a second. Oh, you know what? It says present. Oh, look at that. I can present. Share screen. Okay. But I'm not sure if you guys are going to see that if he's having connection issues. I guess StreamYard is producing us both, right? So I'm not sure exactly what he was going to share with you guys. I'd like to see. I'm going to go to YouTube and see what the comments are while he's jumping back on. Okay, I can see your face, John.
All right. I really want to read that to you. So I'm just going to read it. You can see me, right?
I can see you, and I have the ability to share screen, so that's pretty cool. Okay, go ahead. What you got?
So it says, ladies and gentlemen of Kirby, Texas, I come before you today to address a matter of profound concern, one that touches upon the very foundations of our civic principles. It is with great apprehension that so there's your Harvard graduate one. Now I would just take this whole thing, copy it.
That's great.
Copy it and paste it and give the email, dude. So everyone that's in here right now could just do that.
Yeah. So it's TX as in Texas. TX.
No.
Oh,
The email for them.
Oh, the email for them. Yeah. Oh, my bad. I was falling asleep. No, I was just kidding.
So guys, if you're at your computer right now, just do this right now. Get out of the way. If you have ChatGPT already, just say, the mayor of Kirby, Texas, is upsetting me. I want to redress my grievances. It'll print something out for you. Tell it to make it last about 5 minutes. By the way, Chili, good talking to you today on the phone. Chili DeCastro actually taught me that, dude. So,
John, I just emailed you the address.
The email address?
Yes, it's KUECKERT.
Oh, say it slow so I can just type it into the chat here.
KUECKERT at all one word cityofkirby.org. That is the city secretary.
Okay, so Cookert.
Yeah.
K-U-E. Oh, let me just put it on the screen. All right,
nice
guys.
to her.
So open your email right now. You can write your own email, but just so we can filibuster, if they have to read these emails, they got to sit there and read this ChatGPT that took me literally 3 seconds. The return, the ratio, the return on investment of your time versus how much hassle you're giving them by redressing your grievances is so worth it right there.
Yeah, and you can read it, and if you're in line with what it says, which it sounds like you would be in line with whatever it says, it's literally saying what you're saying, pretty much. It seems like it.
It's just saying it in a more sophisticated manner. Well, nothing wrong with that.
You adopt it as your own.
I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna see if it lets me post that long ass thing.
That's really cool.
Isn't that cool?
It is really cool. Now the city secretary, she is getting inundated with free speech, but she is 100% supportive of it. So be nice to her. In case you guys start asking
be
for
nice.
public
Don't
records and
cuss.
things.
Just say First Amendment is not negotiable. Okay? I don't care if it hurts your feelings. Use ChatGPT, use Google, use whoever, use a scholar from your family. Email that what is it? CUECKERT@cityofkirby.org and send this there. I'm going to do it right after the stream, get it over with. Do it right now if you're able to. And we'll be able to watch it tomorrow night. You're saying they do a live stream, or you're going to do a live stream tomorrow night?
I'll be doing a live stream on my channel. It'll be running on my channel, so you can certainly watch it on my channel. They also, I'm not trying to get views here, but I'm gonna, activists are gonna have the best footage, right? The city, you rely on them, and their footage sucks. Sometimes they fall asleep and they don't have the camera pointing in the right direction or whatever. We're gonna catch all the action on TXG.72 live stream. It'll start
the long and
probably.
short of it. They want to play games, and they have to read all the emails. Jump on your artificial intelligence, tell it what to do. You could even say, please misspell every fifth word, and then, just to mess them up and slow them down and slow down the tyranny, and make sure that they know if they try to pass this crap that we're going to be all up deep inside their ordinance.
I mean, you can do it in Spanish if you want. However,
do it in different languages.
You are setting it up for, they do have a rule, and I just want to address some rules here that I'm anticipating will be used against you to keep you from speaking. It's important that you guys know these games they play. So one is that if you submit it in another language, you do have a right to talk in another language. They provide an interpreter for you. However, the rules are that if you require an interpreter, and that includes in written communication, you're required to give them 48 hours notice of that need. So if you submit your email today or tomorrow,
do it in English.
Do it in English, because otherwise they're going to use that to try to stop your speech. And the point is, we need to get your speech in there on this meeting. Now, on the next meeting 2 weeks from now, if you want to partake again and they're still doing the same crap, I'll let you guys know if they've stopped. But if they're still doing the same crap and you want to partake, do it in any language you want and let them know you need an interpreter. The more different languages, the better, because these are their rules. And the message is, we'll play by your rules. Go ahead and try to limit as much as you can. We're going to teach you the pitfalls of limiting free speech. Right now, the mayor thinks she can actually stomp us out. And we're going to show the mayor and her team she cannot stomp out the people.
And again, it's always like when they get in there, it's like you handed the key to the castle over to the peasant, and all of a sudden it goes to their head. And her energies, instead of being focused on making the city better and making the people happy, she wants to take on a certain segment of the people and waste her time doing this kind of crap and burying stuff inside of long packets. Because what? Her ego? To prove what? That she can shut down American civil rights?
Yeah. And I want to just add, Texas does have laws against threatening people with violence. Please do not threaten anybody with violence. Don't do that, because you have free speech rights. Absolutely. Just make sure that you don't commit a crime when you're doing that. So
not only that, Jack, and yes, we have free speech, but don't be racist. Don't make threats. Don't be vulgar. Just be normal. Like you talk to someone, you want them to know something, but you don't want to hurt their feelings. Just firm, but not racist, violent, or threatening.
And look, yeah, that's fair. And John, that is your theory, and everybody that watches me, that watches you, knows that I can be vulgar and disrespectful at times.
Me too.
Here's the thing, though. You guys heard, I'm a big, huge fan of John Felix. And he doesn't cuss, and he's not as vulgar as I am at all. But I'm a big fan of what he does and the way he does it. And so if you're of such that would follow, I would ask you for this purpose to ensure that your email is read and they don't say, oh, it has profanity, we're not going to read it. Rules.
Don't give them a reason not to read it into the
Don't give them a reason not to read it. The goal is to get them to read your email.
So I'm going to actually use my real name. I'm going to put your address, and I'm going to copy and paste that Harvard email.
No, you're going to put your address.
I'm going to put my address because I'm staying at your house right now.
There, yeah. But you're putting exactly.
Yeah, where I'm currently
You're living
laying
at
in my head.
right. You're living at my house,
Yeah.
and it's worth $250 million.
Right.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't take me to court and try to say I exasperated the value of my home.
We
But
cuddle at night, Jack and I.
man, we cuddle. Yeah.
Jack was on the roof one day, and
Something
I helped Jack off the roof.
something gets cuddled.
Jack was stuck on the roof, and I helped Jack off.
Yeah, you're right. Commas are important where you put that.
Let's eat grandma.
Grandma is important. Grammar is important. Yeah. 'Cause depending on where you put the comma, you could help Jack off the horse, or you could help Jack off the horse. So
Just like
right.
grandma. Let's eat grandma, or let's eat grandma.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
All right. Last thing right now. Everyone subscribe to Tech Sheepdog. Everyone subscribe to me. Spread this video like fire. Sign up for ChatGPT. It's worth it. It's free. You see what I did with like 2 seconds? It printed out something I could never produce on my own in a million years without a Harvard degree. Copy it, paste it, make sure you put your Kirby, Texas address, your name, and send it to KUECKERT@cityofkirby.org. And hopefully we all get to watch the live stream tomorrow and hear our emails being read.
Do you have moderators, John?
Sometimes.
All right. If you have any, or maybe you can put my email up there. So if people do have any questions between now and then, or in the future, if you have time to take calls, certainly, and I'll answer any questions they might have.
Number out on here. Maybe I can.
I mean, I can give my personal number out. I don't know how well you'll be able. I can do that. Yeah, absolutely. Because my personal number is actually public. So, my phone number is area code 210-540-1726. And what we'll do is we'll take calls until John figures that it's the end of the show. So I'm willing to stay on here and answer as many questions as we possibly can.
If
so
they start acting stupid, dude, please just hang up.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I'm not gonna put on a show for anybody. This is gonna be for the purpose of taking questions related to our goal.
Please.
So if somebody has a legit question, about what to do or how to do it or whatever, maybe something wasn't clear, I'm not going to be getting into any arguments or debates with anybody. You want to do that?
How cool is that artificial intelligence?
If you want to get on a debate with me about your bullshit, you can send me an email and I'll bring you on to the live stream and we can debate. You don't want to do that though. Oh, what kind of dog is that?
Mini asshole poodle. I mean Aussie poodle.
That's hilarious.
He's an ass, bro.
So you put out my number up there. You can put it up on the screen so people can see it.
See your,
put up call in and put the phone number up there, John. Yeah, 210-540-1726. So in case anybody wants to call, they can certainly do that. You know what would be funny?
20 minutes and I'll show you my elevator button going up.
I was gonna say put in chat and put in chat GPT. I don't know. Make a speech about John Felix's elevator button.
Now I'm gonna do that right now.
Just to see what it says.
Pretend you're a man named Felix who literally has a penis the size of an elevator button, and you want to describe it to a curious person. Do you understand? I'm very sorry, but I can't assist with that request.
I don't see any calls coming in, so we were probably very clear, or people just still processing or whatever.
It's all good, man. People get
man,
sometimes.
and you got a smart audience, man. I think we spelled it out, and
smartest.
they know what's going on. They know what's going on. So I want to thank everybody in advance. Last live stream, I had a little contest. It was impromptu. It was a contest, and somebody won a Protect Free Speech shirt and an autographed copy of my book, Sex After 50. No joke. I have a book out, Sex After 50. They got an autographed copy of that. And so if you watch the live stream, just a little plug. I do have impromptu competitions, or not competitions, but whatever, where you win prizes. So
Wait. You have a book?
I have a book, man. Sex After 50.
You wrote a book. You're an author of a book about sex after 50.
Yeah, here I'll go get a copy of it.
Yeah,
and
please.
Show you. Yeah,
Please.
and you can
Should've
win
led
this.
with that.
And what's special about this book is it's autographed by me. All right, hold on.
Beautiful. Added value. My man has a book about sex. That's what this man got down to his briefs at the Alamo. He made history at the Alamo. You thought the Alamo was historical before Jack got there? Jack got there, told some cop, "You don't like this? I'll take all my damn clothes off." I thought I had some brass balls, but this guy, he's got some boo. And if you don't know about his whole almost park false arrest, you guys like this live stream? I need a book that's called Sex Before 50.
Oh, sorry. I just fucked my mic up. Hold on. Well, you guys can hear me okay. Let me see here. All right, you can hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So it's paperback, and it's my book. It's Sex After 50. It gets right to the naked truth. Mona Lott is one of the contributors. Sex After 50. I'm sorry, Sex After 60. I said 50, 60. It's Sex After 60. Okay.
You're not that old.
I know, but I had some contributors help me write the book.
How old are you?
I had some elderly folks help me write the book.
How old are you?
I'm just a face. I'm 51.
You're 51. You wrote a book called Sex After 60.
Well, me and some other folks. I mean, there was some contributors to the book, but it's my book.
What made you do this?
Hold on. And if you can see, regarding Sex After 60, trying to do this. Let's see here.
Just get to this picture.
Damn. Yeah, we'll get to the pictures and instructions. You ready?
I'm ready. Ah! Yes. Yes.
And it's gonna be it's gonna be autographed by me. That's the special thing. But this contains everything that you need to know about Sex After 60.
That's beautiful.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So it'll be autographed by me. No kidding though. This is one of the an example of one of the prizes that I may be giving out. It's autographed with a little dedication to you.
Is that really your book, Jack? Or you?
It's not my book. It's not my book.
Who wrote that?
It's a gag. It's a gag book.
Where do you get them from?
I actually have one sitting on my coffee table. I've had it for years.
Oh, okay.
And it actually looks like, this one doesn't have a descript name or nothing, but the book that I have on the coffee table is a hardback, and it has the author, best-selling, just like a regular book, and it's Sex After 50, and it's got nothing in it, right? People always pick it up, and they're like checking out. They're reading the back, they're reading the front, and then they get in, they read the preface, and then they start to go, and they're like, what the fuck? So
dude,
anyway.
I heard of someone doing that one other time. Did you get that idea from Michael Knowles by chance?
You know what? Anyway, I think I ran across the book somewhere.
He wrote a book called, and it was like that thick, dude. And it was called Everything You Need to Know About Voting Democrat. And it was just the same exact thing. Blank. Everything was blank.
Oh my God.
That's
perfect. We have, so I haven't noticed any calls come in. So I just want to mention right quick. I have been out working. I haven't been putting out a lot of videos. Been putting out a few videos here and there. Facebook, YouTube. I'm on both platforms. But I've been doing a number of other things. I'll tell you, I have been focusing my most of my energy over the past year or two, coordinating and getting people who have had their rights violated by police with civil attorneys. And I have a couple of law firms that I have developed by just hitting them hard, developing relationships with them, developing a track record with them, where if I call them and say, hey, look, I think there's a potential case here that I've discovered. I've already done the legwork. I've gathered all the information. I think you really need to entertain this. Then I'll tell the people, hey, go on and contact the lawyer. You want a lawyer? Contact this lawyer and tell them you want to talk to them about your case, because the lawyers can't come to you. And then they end up talking, and the rest is history. That's what I've been focusing a majority of my effort on. Every time I do so here in Texas, I email the Texas Municipal League, which is the money behind the cops' bad behavior. They're the insurance policy, and I let them know this is your next client. Anytime you want to work with me to minimize the amount of violations your clients conduct against citizens, let me know. I'll work with you. But until then, this is your next client. Happy birthday. And I let them know I'm coordinating these people. I get a hold of these people and I bring. So in one of our mitigations on one of our federal lawsuits that we have ongoing with Leon Valley, TML testified that they would not settle any case with me, Jack Miller, because that would further embolden me. And I have cost them over $600,000 in settlements since 2020, just in the state of Texas, because I go around and I get people to sue the police. But that's not true. The police get themselves sued. I'm just the bridge.
Yeah,
so that's what I've been
they
doing.
operate on their own free will, just like they tell you.
That's what I've been doing. It takes a lot of time and effort. I travel to all parts of Texas to meet with these people in person and gather information and gather records. And I've really, so my YouTube stuff is kind of taking a back seat. Oh, believe me, I'm still out there doing my thing. I got a year's worth of footage that I could put out. So I'm still in the mix. I haven't stopped. I haven't slowed down at all.
Right on, my brother.
Yeah. So I just want to let folks know that people are always asking, what's going on with you, man? So anyway, got a couple of lawsuits going on. One's headed to the Fifth Circuit. One is still currently at the local federal level. And, we're just rocking and rolling, trying to stomp out.
Was the chief that arrested you, was that Renee or was that somebody else?
Which one? No, the one you're talking about where the police chief physically put his hands on me and tried to break me in half. That was Renee Valenciano from
Renee Valenciano. What a piece of garbage. And I can't effing believe that you didn't win that case. That's so discouraging, dude.
Well, what case are you talking that I didn't win?
Isn't that the case where they upheld the charges of where you headbutted the accidentally
by right? Yeah. So that video's out there for everybody to see. I was charged with a number of crimes: assault on a peace officer, blocking a passageway, disorderly conduct, resisting arrest. They dropped everything but the resisting arrest. They took me to trial.
How were you resisting?
They took me to trial. It was a kangaroo court, and the jury got to hear everything that they wanted to tell them. The judge
about the video.
They got to see the video, and then the police and the prosecutor got to tell them things, and then we're objecting to things they're saying because the jury shouldn't hear this stuff, and the judge is overruling us. So it was a kangaroo court. I knew I was convicted in the first 5 minutes. Frankly, if I was on that jury, I would have convicted me based on the things that the jury heard from the prosecutors. So that case is currently on appeal in the 4th Court of Appeals in Bexar County, and we're prepared to take this case all the way up to the Supreme Court if we have to. So, of course, going to the Supreme Court, they can just say we're not hearing it. But the point is that we're taking it to all the levels.
The state Supreme Court, you mean?
Yeah, the Texas State Supreme Court.
You're telling me the jury saw the video of you holding a plastic rifle? Huh?
Yeah, go ahead.
The jury saw the video of you holding a plastic rifle or a toy rifle. Correct. They saw it shatter in a million pieces when he twisted your arm and forced you to the ground, and you started screaming like Howard Dean at a press conference, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they said you're guilty of resisting arrest.
Yeah.
How?
Because the initial arrest was for blocking a passageway, and let me tell you something. This is in the transcripts. You ready for this?
Please.
So people say, well, without a criminal charge to begin with, how do you get charged with a resisting arrest? What was the arrest?
Exactly.
Okay. Well, the original charge was for blocking a passageway, right?
You weren't doing that.
Hold on. Listen. So, of course, we objected to them even discussing any charge but the resisting arrest. because all the other charges were dropped.
Right. So they're
And people
irrelevant.
may not know. People may not know. The jury doesn't get to hear about things you were charged with that were dismissed. They don't get to hear about convictions during the prosecution part of the trial. They get to hear about convictions once you're found guilty during sentencing. But if you're a convicted felon 10 times over, they don't get to hear about that during the trial unless it's pertinent to the specific crime.
Right.
Okay, so they don't get to
Objection
hear that I
irrelevant.
was blocking a passageway as it resorts to resisting arrest, because the law provides that.
Didn't resist.
Yeah, and the charge was dismissed because there was no probable cause. There was no evidence that showed that I blocked a passageway, and that's why the case was
Didn't
dropped.
resist.
But so when they started talking about the passageway part, we objected to that, and the judge said, "Well, if you have resisting arrest, we must talk about the charge you were being arrested for." We objected to it, overruled us. So then, okay, fine. They're going to start talking about the blocking the passageway. So let's talk about that. So in their own
You weren't
reports,
doing that.
well, in their own reports, they wrote that I was crossing the street. Chief Valenciano ordered me to go across the street, that I refused and continued walking.
So what?
So I'm not blocking the passageway. I'm crossing the street by their own report.
You're walking to your car.
Right. So then the prosecution starts questioning Valenciano and says, "Explain to us what blocking a passageway is." And he goes, "Well, it's when you cross the street with a rifle." Objection. That is not what the law says. Overruled.
How's that
The
overruled?
judge literally said, that's what my attorney did. How is that possible, Judge? He's literally saying something he's not saying what the law is. Objection. Overruled. And the judge said,
On what grounds?
"How long, Chief Valenciano, how long have you been a prosecutor? I mean, a chief." "Well, I've been a chief for X amount of years." "Okay, well, you're the police. He's the police chief. He's been a police chief for many years. He would
And?
know what the judge said. He would know what the law is. That's what the judge said.
What?
So he allowed the chief to testify to the jury. This is what the chief said to the jury. And the judge confirmed he knew what he was talking about. Are you able to pull up what blocking a passageway is on your screen? You're going to love this.
Yeah.
You asked the
Give me a
question. You asked
me
the
a second.
question. Look up Texas. I'm just kind of curious. I could probably do it myself.
Say it again.
Just share screen here. Can you see my screen?
Oh, let me look.
Wait,
No.
now can you see my screen?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
there
think
we
you
go.
can. Oh, wait.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Oh, you can. Right?
Oh, hell yeah.
Are you seeing it?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna look up Texas. Texas blocking passageway. Right. And can you guys see here the
You
law
gotta share your
here?
screen again.
Oh, I gotta share my screen again. So let me
Yeah.
go back over. Let me go back over to Streamlabs.
Yep. I just learned all this today before I came
Yeah.
on.
So present, share screen, and Texas Penal Code share. All right. You guys can see this?
Yep.
All right. Penal Code 4203, blocking a passageway. So first I'm going to read you the law, and then I'm going to tell you what the chief testified to the jury, backed by the judge. So a person commits an offense if, without legal privilege or authority, he intentionally, knowingly, or recklessly obstructs a highway, street, sidewalk, railway, waterway, and in this case, we're talking about a street, because that's what I was crossing, to which the public or a substantial group of the public has access, or any other place used for the passage of persons, vehicles, or conveyances, regardless of the means of creating the obstruction and whether the obstruction arises from his acts alone or his acts and the acts of others, or disobeys a reasonable request or order to move issued by the person the actor knows is a uniformed peace officer. Now, down at the bottom here, impassable means, for the purpose of this section, obstruct means to render impassable or to render passage unreasonably inconvenient or hazardous. By their own report, they said I never stopped, right? I kept moving. But what's
You said no, thank you, and you like ignored them. So
Right.
what?
exactly?
So
And then what's notable here is that let me see here. There's a defense to prosecution that there's a protesting provision here. So if you're, where is it at? There's a protest, right, or other hazard. It's a misdemeanor. Let's see. Motor vehicle, was operating a motor vehicle. I guess they took that out already. Oh no. Symbol. There's a reckless driving distribution. Oh yeah, okay. So there used to be a provision that said if you were protesting, the police first had to give you an order to move, and then if you stopped, I mean, if you didn't move, then it was obstructing a passageway. Now, aside from that, right, you have to render it impassable. This is what the chief told the jury. I'm not kidding. Because he was cross-examined by my attorney on how it's against the law, what constitutes blocking the passageway. He never stopped moving. So my attorney brought up the fact that your own report said he never stopped moving. So at what point did he render the passageway unpassable? The chief said, oh, it's not that. It's
What
that
is it?
he was carrying a rifle.
So what?
So my attorney, this is exactly how it went. My attorney goes, so, okay, let me ask you, Chief. Is it against the law to cross the street? Oh, sorry. Was Jack Miller, was my client crossing the street? Yes. And is it against the law to cross the street? No. My client was carrying a rifle. Yes or no? Yes. And is carrying a rifle against the law? Well, it would depend on how you're carrying it. Okay, Chief. He had it on his back with his rifle pointed down. Is that illegal? And he goes, well, it would just depend. He goes, and so she reminded him that in his communications with Open Carry Texas, he recommended carrying a rifle on your back with the rifle pointed down. His own advice. So she reminded him that. She asked him again. Jack was carrying the rifle on his back, muzzle pointed down. Is that illegal? Yes or no? No. Then what part of him crossing the street with the rifle is illegal? Well, if you're crossing the street and you have a rifle or a deadly weapon and you get into a confrontation with someone, then that's blocking the passageway, a Class B misdemeanor. That's what he told the jury.
If you get in a confrontation with somebody?
We objected to the judge because that is not against the law. It's not against the law to do any of those three things, armed or not. Not to mention the confrontation he's referring to is him telling me, go across the street with that rifle, Miller, and I say, get away from me, and I try to sidestep him.
Yeah.
Right? That's the confrontation. And the
He
judge
confronted you. He confronted you, not the other way
judge-
around.
look, and we
He was
simply said,
obstructing
look,
your passage. He was obstructing your passageway.
and not
What
to
the
mention,
fuck?
and I was on my way to use the crosswalk because that was the only crosswalk there was, and he had communicated clearly to everyone, if we're ever caught not using the crosswalk, we would be under arrest.
Right.
So, okay, but here's the most important thing. We objected to his testimony to the jury because that is not what the law said, and he said that's what the law said. He literally said the equivalent of chewing bubble gum is illegal, and the judge allowed him to tell the jury that. So, and the judge overruled us. And that was just the first of many, many bullshit rulings by the judge, which set it up for an appeal. And we're appealing to the Fourth Court of Appeals. We're appealing the criminal part to the Fourth Court of Appeal here in Bexar County Criminal Court. And we're willing to take it all the way as high as we can go to the Texas Supreme Court if need be. And then there's a civil suit related to this incident in the federal court system. Currently, it's on pause, much like the Leon Valley suit was on pause while state actions are pending. So anyway, that's the status of the Almost Park case. The Leon Valley raid case, that one is headed to the Fifth Circuit in Louisiana.
Leon
because
Valley, what?
The Leon Valley raid case, when they raided my home.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Because
so
you
that
had a
case,
rubber Glock. Hey, hey, going back to that other one real quick.
Mhm. Yeah.
You were crossing the street with a rifle is what you kept saying.
I was crossing the street with a movie prop. We were out there shooting.
Hold
a
on,
video.
though. Hold on.
Yeah.
Why couldn't your lawyer say, and don't get me wrong, I understand corruption, I understand judges and all that shit, but he didn't have a rifle, Chief, did he?
She did.
And what
So
happened there?
And all that are in the transcripts. So there's a big conversation. Part of my appeal is inadequate representation. Nothing against my lawyer, but she did make a mistake, and it was significant. So
Where?
on, the,
How? Where?
on that topic right there,
Because
So
you
I
weren't carrying a
purchased-
rifle.
I purchased a high-end airsoft rifle, gun, whatever you want to call
Not
it.
a rifle.
Well, it's not a firearm.
Yeah, it's not a firearm.
firearm.
It's not a
Right.
firearm.
It doesn't shoot bullets. It shoots 6 mm plastic pellets
Exactly.
by way
Not
of
a rifle.
CO2 air.
It's not
But-
a rifle.
But it was it's meant to look realistic. I paid a lot of money for it. This isn't one of your $50 airsoft toys.
Mhm.
This one is about $190. It's extremely realistic.
It looked like it.
It's realistic by weight, and it's realistic by everything else. It's metal.
Not
the
very
190.
durable.
It's not.
Dude,
I mean,
that thing, when that confused me so bad when that thing broke into like 16 pieces. I'm like, what kind of garbage gun does Jack carrying around?
yeah, and so it's metal in places where it needs to be metal to make it look real, but most of it is plastic. So anyway, oh, let me think. No, I'm getting confused. Currently, I have a $200 one that's all metal, very realistic. It's got the dust cover, it's got a magazine, the whole 9 yards. This one had a magazine as well, but it was all plastic. This particular rifle that I had in Olmos Park was mostly plastic and spring loaded.
Yeah, so not even CO2 powered
You could shoot it at yourself and it's not going to hurt.
at point blank range.
Yes, it was an M4. It was a replica of an M4 to scale. The purpose of it was as a movie prop because we were out there shooting a public servants announcement telling people not to threaten the police. If you come out here, I could be out here with a rifle. I'll kill you if you try to kill them. So just don't do that. I'll defend them. So, and we didn't want to have contact with any police that day. We were just out there to shoot our video, get the footage of them leaving, of me telling them, hey, the area is safe, at least for right now. And then that was the end of our production. We'll put it all together later, right? But Chief had other plans for me that day. He had threatened me weeks prior that I'll know if he hurts me. So he carried out on that threat. But anyway, on the rifle part, as they're discussing this in court, he testified that rifle had been, we'll call it that device. That device had been modified to look real in violation of law. Okay, here's the deal. You ready for this? You guys can look it up.
Not ready.
Look up. So my attorney didn't even know this. And I told my attorney, and she didn't believe me. And it was
What?
too late. It was too late. The testimony already happened. And
What?
he got taken. I told her, stop everything, ask for a recess. We need to go look at the law because you're wrong. So he told the jury it was against the law for me to paint that the rifle had an orange tip, and I painted the orange tip, and that was a violation of the law. Here's the deal. In many states,
You can't paint
hold
an
on,
orange tip
listen,
on a real gun to make it look like a toy.
hold on.
Yeah, right?
Hold on. In many states, if you purchase a toy or a device like I had, and it has an orange tip, we've all seen them. In many states, if you paint that orange, it is illegal. In Texas, it is not illegal, number one. Number two,
On a real gun or anything.
on anything. In Texas, you can paint a gun, a non-gun. You can
my
paint
question-
anything,
my
any color
question
you
is-
want.
My question is, in the other states, it's illegal to paint an orange tip on a real gun, is what I'm thinking, right? On a real gun,
I
to
don't
make
know.
it look like
Right.
it look like a toy
Right.
gun.
It's against the law to paint an orange tip on a real gun.
Right.
It is also against the law to have one that has an orange tip, a toy, and paint the
Oh.
orange tip black
Right. To make it look real.
to make it look real. So it's
So the
against the law to
idea-
paint it to make it look
idea
real. It's against the law to paint it to make it look fake. But in Texas,
That
you
don't
can
exist.
no. Okay, number one. Number two, he testified that these types of guns are because my attorney was like, did you see that it had an orange tip? And he said no. So you don't really know that it ever had an orange tip. So he testifies, well, they're all made with orange tips. That's the law. Here's the problem.
Oh,
Hold
no.
on. Here's the problem with that. And I forget if it's one way or the other. So it's either if they're manufactured in the United States, they have an orange tip. And if they come from out of country, they don't have an orange tip, or vice versa. I think they don't have to have an orange tip if they're manufactured in the United States. So here's the deal. You want to pay $50 for one, you're going to get one with an orange tip. You want to pay $200 for one, you're going to get a lifelike one with no orange tip. Perfectly legal.
Sure.
But my attorney didn't know that, and she didn't believe me. I told her, look, and I even showed her the where I bought it from Academy. This is where I bought it from. Oh, is that the receipt? No, but this is the one that's currently on their shelves. It's the same one.
What's Academy? What is that?
Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Oh, it's a store there.
I go
Texas?
and
All right.
it's a sports and outdoor store that,
All right.
that you can order it and have it delivered there. So I had ordered and had it delivered there. That's where I bought it from. And I'm like, look, it does not have an orange tip. It was manufactured in the United States. I bought it this way. She never brought that up, and so I claimed inadequate defense. And you know, she's not going to do this, but she could say, hey, he never brought it up to me. Here's the thing. I record everything. So God, God help you if you say I never said it to you. There were no cameras and no audio recording allowed within 100 miles of that courtroom. Trust that, none. But I record everything.
Good.
So, oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's unfortunate that that's how we have to live our lives now.
Look, I didn't record it with any malicious intent. It was to make sure. So the first thing I did with that recording was I read the transcript and listened to the recording, the whole week-long worth of testimony. I meant to make sure that the court transcript reporting was accurate, and it was. Kudos to the court reporter, man. She got every word in there. But nevertheless, so that's the situation with that. The raid case was dismissed after years of the city, Leon Valley, trying to say qualified immunity and being dismissed by the judge. The same fucking judge, after mediation failed to produce a settlement, the city files a summary judgment with all the claims that they argued the past 3 years into one summary judgment, and the same judge gives them 100% qualified immunity and dismisses the case without prejudice, and we're appealing that to Fifth Circuit.
So you got 2 appeals going.
I got a criminal appeal and a civil appeal. I got a criminal appeal in state court. I got a civil appeal going in to federal court. That's going to the Fifth Circuit, the same place that Philip Turner established Turner versus Driver.
Mhm.
So it's going to be in the same court there. CJ Grisham, who is now an attorney, he just argued, or I'm sorry, we used the same civil attorney, Brandon Grable and Grimshaw, and they just argued a case before the Fifth Circuit regarding his almost park debacle when he got beat up and tased and had his skull cracked. So by the same police
Did the
chief.
same thing happen to you? And almost
Same thing, same officer, Rene
Okay.
Valenciano. And now, guess where he works?
Who? Ray Valenciano?
Yep.
Renee, right?
So
Where?
Rene Valenciano, the chief of Almost Park.
Victoria's
So-
Secret.
No.
Where?
So he was going to get fired from Almost Park. He was going to get let go. They were going to end his contract.
Chuck E. Cheese.
They were going to end his contract. The writing was on the wall. So I have just as many friends and contacts in law enforcement.
Where does he work?
As this knuckle does. So I knew where he was going before he went there.
Where?
He got a nice little cush job where he can stay low on the radar and retire at the Bexar County District Attorney's Office as an investigator. He went from police chief to investigator at the Bexar County District Attorney's Office. Who's the first file you think he opened up as a DA investigator?
Right.
Jack Miller's.
Did he get fired or voted out, or how does that work?
The writing was on the wall.
He had a
He was
contract with the city, and the city didn't want to renew.
He had a contract, and they were not going to renew it. So to save face, to save any issues, he used some contacts at the DA's office, who immediately called me and said, "Hey, Renee's applying here. He's going to get hired."
And he's going to keep his pension and everything, right?
Sure, absolutely.
Of course.
Once he hits his 20 years, he gets his pension. So, but here's the thing. He's had several depositions in the course of lawsuits filed against him by myself and CJ Grisham. He's gone through depositions that are under protective order, but I can tell you this. I can't tell you what's in the depositions currently because of the federal protective order, but I can tell you he perjured himself a dozen times.
In
Provable.
court.
Absolutely under oath during a deposition. So it remains to be seen if he'll ever have to take the stand and swear, in court and perjure himself. But we have our cannons pointed at him. It's a matter of time. Unfortunately, it is
Figurative cannons.
figurative cannons. And it's metaphorically speaking. I don't even own a cannon.
Sure you don't. But go on.
Yeah, I own a Canon camera. I think
Mm.
it's a Canon. I don't know what it is. But anyway, the
Camera.
camera. Yeah. So the point is that you know, he's still a subject matter for us, and we're not done pushing for accountability for his unlawful actions, and we're going to continue to do that in every legal way possible. We have him tied up in a federal court. Unfortunately, you can't here in Texas. You cannot get an officer as an activist. You cannot get anybody at any level, Texas Rangers, district attorney, sheriff's office, FBI. You can't get anybody to do anything with a criminal complaint against a police officer who has committed aggravated assaults, felonies on camera. Can't get it done. We've tried. So
And people wonder why I say those sovereign citizens.
yeah, and they
They're
know.
above
So
the law.
look, it happened to Philip Turner. His was dismissed at first level for qualified immunity after quite some time. He won at the Fifth Circuit. Our case was dismissed under qualified immunity. We're going to the Fifth Circuit. Another
So you
one,
think as you-
CJ's was dismissed for qualified immunity at the local level, and it just got argued in the Fifth Circuit. So who knows what's going to happen at the
So
Fifth
do
Circuit?
you think as you climb the judicial ladder that they give less and less weight to qualified immunity?
I only have one case to go on, and that's Turner versus Driver, right? And based on that and what little research I've done, I think they tend to be more fair and less biased.
All right. Remember how long I said I wanted to do the stream for?
Yeah, I got you, man. We're good. And
how long
I haven't received any phone calls, and I'm not sad
Can you
about
see
that.
Can you see the timer?
Oh, I've been watching the timer, man. It's all.
Oh,
It's
you
your,
can't see it?
yeah, it's your show, bro.
The thing is, I knew that we could do 2 hours. I knew it.
Yeah, we certainly can. I think 2 hours is enough, man. I
It's
wouldn't want
funny,
to.
dude. We're good. We're good.
Yeah.
Because I'm just gonna start acting stupid and cracking jokes at this point. So
Yeah, me too.
everybody, do the. I don't know if you saw my little Chat GPT demonstration, but make a little thing. Tell Chat GPT to write redress of grievances for you to make it last 5 minutes long. Send it with your name and your Kirby, Texas address. Your Kirby, Texas address to, where is that? Someone post that email again, man. KU something. Let me put on screen.
I sent it to you on your email. This is the city secretary that you email your comment to be read during the council meeting tomorrow at 7 p.m.
All right. And
try to have it in before noon if you can.
I'm going to do it right now. Guys, just do it right now. Get it over with.
Don't give them any reason to say, oh, we didn't have enough time.
And hopefully we can hear me read my Harvard-educated redress of grievances under my name. And that's it, dude. Thank you so much for coming on. It was fun. It was informative. It was crazy. It was up. It was down. It was left. It was right.
One last thing. At the last meeting, they had some audio issues. They literally started playing the people on Zoom, and they had audio issues. Don't worry. Anything that you can't hear on their end, we have a high-dollar audio recorder that catches whispers across the room. So we'll reproduce that for you if there's any issues with the live stream or anything like that. You're going to get to hear them reading your email.
Where is that email? Oh, there it is. There it is. All right, so write the email down, everybody. Write it down, type it in, put in your email, your name, a name that belongs to you, and your Kirby, Texas address, and then the email.
All right, it doesn't have to be your legal name. Sometimes I go by Big Dog.
Your name.
Whatever. Sometimes I go by Joe Schmo.
Your name.
Yeah.
And your Kirby, Texas address.
Right on. Right on.
All right, dude. Thank you so much for coming on. I hope I get to hear my AI redress get read tomorrow at the city council. It's going to be fun. and let's shove one up this lady's ordinance and see how it goes. All right.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
assistance, and thank you guys for watching.
Thanks everyone for watching. Get your emails in. Bye. See you, Jack. Thanks everyone for coming. There's the email right there on screen. And if you just want to copy and paste mine, but change it a little bit, because if they realize it's just the same email over and over, they're gonna be like, they're just playing games with this. Ting. I don't know why I think everyone in Texas is a hillbilly. I have yet to meet anyone from Texas that talks that way. So thanks everybody. Thanks for the donations. Thanks for the great comments. Thanks for coming on. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was entertaining. I hope to be the Pope, the Pope, the Pope. Bye guys. Yes, I'm sure. I click end stream. Are you sure? No, I want to have that awkward pause for when I'm trying to click. Yeah, I'm sure. And people are staring at my face. I'm going, yeah, I'm sure. Awkward